Ladies and gentlemen, hello. Thank you very much for joining me today in part number one of our 5-part mini-series called Eisenhower's Gift. My name is Michael Bridgman, and if you're here, then you're looking to increase the amount of output you have in your life, but decrease the amount of effort it takes to get there. I have been a business owner and entrepreneur for the better part of the last 13 years, and I have had some serious ups and downs. And I'll tell you, about 5 years ago, I was buried. I was overwhelmed with my to-do list and my task list, and I had no idea how I was going to get out of it. And I had to dial it all the way back. I had to take it back to the wood, my friends, as far as how to become more productive again and focus my time and focus my energy. And I'm happy to say that now I'm on the other side of it. I live a life of flexibility and time freedom. I own multiple brands and 2 different businesses, and I'm thrilled to be here to share with you today some of my key secrets on how I went from being a trapped business owner to being a freed entrepreneur. So if you're the type of person who is getting stuck in endless piles of to-dos and it seems like no matter how many of these things you cross off your list, you still have more that needs to get accomplished, then you, my friend, are in the right place, because I have a very new system to show you today that's going to change everything for you. And if you feel like you're just never really getting ahead, like no matter what you do, you always find yourself getting stuck in the same repetitive patterns of behavior and you're not able to get progress on the things that matter most, then you're in the right place. You're in the absolute right place. And if you find yourself getting easily distracted, being pulled away from the things that are most important, that can really move the needle for you, your business, your family, and those you care most about, then you're in the exact right place. Because all of those things are a symptom of being unproductive. They're a symptom of getting trapped in what I call a distraction society, where people are always vying for your attention. And the Eisenhower's Gift mini-series is going to help you by arming you with not only a tool, but also some powerful debunking myths here that can really give you the advantage to getting everything you want accomplished with using less effort. Because the worst thing, my friends, is that a lot of us as business owners, and please, put a BAMO in the chat box here at the bottom if this relates to you. You tend to be running from one 5-alarm fire to the next 5-alarm fire to the next 5-alarm to the next one. You know what I mean? Constantly running from one major challenge to another with barely enough time to breathe, let alone get that 30,000-foot view of your life, your business, and what you want to accomplish so that you can see the big picture and start to know where you can really have a big effect and a big impact. If you feel that way, then you are in the exact right place at the exact right time. So without further ado, let me jump in here. I am going to share my screen and we are going to get started on Eisenhower's Gift. Eisenhower's Gift, my friends, part 1. Now, before I dive too deep here, I just want to make sure that you're in the right place. Because if you're the type of person that is unwilling to look at your own behavior and you're really locked into your perspective and your mindset, then I'm here to tell you, my friend, that this probably isn't the right training for you. This is a 5-part mini series. Each of these videos taking between 10 and 15 minutes. This is going to be a little over an hour of time investment for you because this is a free mini series. It's my gift to you, but it's an hour of your time. And I know how valuable and important that is. But if you're not willing to do some of the work that this particular training is going to ask of you, then you should probably find something else to watch on YouTube that's more entertaining. If you're not the type of person that understands and is more than willing to dive in and invest in both yourself and those around you with money and time, then this might not be the right training for you either, because those people are the ones that relate to me the best. They understand that, man, if I want to go from where I am today, if they want to, I'm just going to draw over here real quick. If they want to go from this spot in their lives to, come on, work with me here, to this spot over here, right? This is going to take them time. But the people that get the most out of my training, they realize that they can get here and they can skip this line. There's all these different stages. they can skip this line. They can jump all the way over here by investing in themselves. And so if that's the type of person that you're, and I'm not talking about money, I'm talking about time, my friends. I'm talking about investing in yourself as far as time is concerned, because you can jump all these stages by absorbing the wisdom of others. And that's what I'm here for you today. As the great Tony Robbins said, his job is to take decades and of work and turn it into days for you. All right. So without further ado, let's pop over here. Eisenhower's Gift. What exactly is Eisenhower's Gift? So Eisenhower's Gift, my friends, is something that the great late 34th president of the United States, Eisenhower, gave us. And it's called the Eisenhower Matrix. So I'm just going to write that up here. And the Eisenhower Matrix is something that I'm going to do a real deep dive on in episode number 4. That's when we're going to, part number 4 of this series, we're going to dive really deep on that tool and go and put it and apply it in a bunch of different ways. So the episode number 4 is going to be, part number 4 is going to be a deep dive on the Eisenhower Matrix and how it works, because I use it every day. This is one of my secret weapons to accomplishing more with less effort. And I use it every single day in a big way or a small way, no matter what's happening. I'm always, always, always using it. So Eisenhower's Matrix is Eisenhower's Gift, and I think you're going to absolutely love it when we get there. But in order to take most advantage of it, in order to take the biggest advantage of Eisenhower's Gift here, we have to do something really, really important. We have to go into some of the myths of productivity, and we have to debunk these things, okay? So these are 5 myths. Now, there's lots of myths about productivity, but I'm focusing on specifically 5 of them, okay? And these 5 myths are things that hold all of us back from actually accomplishing what it is that we'd love to accomplish, because we often use time as our excuse. Oh, I don't have time for that. Oh, I don't have space for it in my life. I don't have, really what you're saying is you're not going to prioritize it. Like, let's be honest. You're saying you're not going to prioritize it. And I'll bet right now that's not the real truth. The real truth is that you're just unsure. You're just not sure of how to get what you want to get accomplished. And so these 5 productivity myths that we're going to debunk over the first 3 parts of this series, once you eliminate these myths from your perspective and your belief system, it's going to open up a whole new world of possibility for you. Okay, so let's dive into this really quickly here. What is myth number 1? So myth number 1, which we're going to tackle today, is that accomplishing more equals more productivity. Accomplishing more equals more productivity. Myth number 2 is the real truth about multitasking. Oh, and you guys are going to love that one when we get to it in part number 2. Okay, and myth number 3 is the myth of maximizing every moment. This one is a huge problem for a lot of us overachieving entrepreneurs, right? Myth number 4, my friends, that's number 4. Hope you guys can read my writing here, is starting with your to-do list. Okay, that is myth number 4. And myth number 5 is peace of mind versus persistence. Oops, go away. There we go. Peace of mind versus persistence. So these are the 5 myths. Myth number 1, accomplishing more equals more productivity. We're going to tackle that one today. Myth number 2, the real truth about multitasking. Myth number 3, maximizing every moment, the entrepreneur's curse. Myth number 4, starting with your to-do list. And myth number 5, peace of mind versus persistence. I'm going to get some serious resistance on that one, I'm sure, but I'll be able to debunk that myth for you. No problem when we get to part number 3. So Part number one here is all about explaining what this 5-part series is and tackling the first myth. So this first myth here, let's grab our pen. Myth number one, accomplishing more equals more productivity. So if you're anything like I am, I always believed that the more things I got done, the more productive, wow, use your words, Michael, the more productive I was. I increased the amount of stuff I'm getting done. I increase how productive I am. I felt there was a balance there. The more things I knocked off my to-do list, the more productive I felt. But have you ever had one of those weeks where you get 50, 60, 80, 100 things off your to-do list done, and yet you get to the end of the week and you feel like you're nowhere? See, I was experiencing this Groundhog Day scenario over and over and over again. And frankly, it was crushing me. It was exhausting me. It was at that point, it was kind of ruining my life. I was absolutely buried in my to-do list. It was like a mountain of garbage all the time. I could never seem to get ahead of it. Every week, another 50 things got added to it. And no matter how productive I was, no matter focused I was, I could never seem to really get on top of it. Have you ever felt that way? And that's because we keep buying into this myth. We keep buying into this myth that, oh, hang on a sec, share my screen. We keep buying into this idea that if we accomplish more, we increase our productivity. We keep buying into this idea that in order to simply go up with productivity, oops, there we go. This equals volume up of things done. But I'm telling you right now, my friends, it didn't matter. It didn't matter how many things I got done. This was never true. I didn't feel more productive. You know when I felt more productive? I felt more productive when I finished the project. I felt more productive when I actually made more revenue, when we increased the growth of our company. I felt more productive when able to have a bigger impact, help more people. That's when I felt more productive. I felt more productive when the amount of stuff that my team and I were doing was actually getting somewhere, not just simply repeating the process. In other words, being more productive, okay, increasing productivity actually means, and this is the dictionary definition, okay, you want to increase productivity? Accomplishing the same thing with less resources. That's what increasing productivity by the dictionary definition means. It does not mean this. It does not mean this. It doesn't, not at all. This is not true. Increasing productivity does not mean just getting more stuff done. Increasing productivity means accomplishing the same thing with less resources. So my clients always ask me this, okay, less resources, Michael, what do you mean by that? What are the resources that I have access to? Well, when I boil it down for my clients, you have three predominant resources, okay? Three predominant resources. You have your money, okay? So you can use your wealth to get things done, okay? You can use your time to get things done. And you can use effort to get things done. And there's often a relationship between these two things, okay? But money, you're going to use money. You're paying somebody to do it. You're freelancing. You're hiring somebody to get something accomplished. Is that more productive for you? Well, heck, the only thing you never get back of in your life is your time. So if you say, I want to get X done by the end of this week, you got, this week to do it, and you hire somebody else to do it, and it's delivered at the end of the week and you didn't have any effort, well, congratulations, right? Effort is mostly about your team. That's why I say they're related. Sometimes you can buy a finished product. Sometimes you can buy the effort of a group of people that are going to do the work for you. And the other thing is you, or as I like to call the DIYers. And I'm totally a DIYer in many situations, right? The do-it-yourself. These are the three resources. So when you want to increase productivity, you don't increase the amount of stuff you do. That is a myth. What you do is you increase the efficiency of your resources. That's how you do it. That's how you become more productive. So what does this mean? Well, this could mean hiring. This could mean buying something. This could mean the 3 keys I teach a lot of people: automate, delegate, or eliminate. Okay, these are all ways of accomplishing the same thing with less resources. This is about efficiency, my friends. When we realize that when you can be efficient with your resources, that's the key way of cranking up your productivity, everything starts to change for you. When you realize that being productive is not about accomplishing more things on your to-do list, it's about more effectively going from where you are to where you'd like to be, a whole new world opens up for you. A whole new world. So that is productivity myth number 1 debunked. Increased productivity means increased things done. Not true. Not true whatsoever. As the great Henry Ford said, he said, I am not worried about productivity. I'm worried about efficiency, right? The more productive my team is, the more they're able to do, they're able to do the same things with less time. That's what we're getting at right here. And so if you want to start to look at this, I would take a look at your habitual behavior, because you and I are an accumulation of our habits, aren't we? So look at your habitual behavior and ask yourself, what is it that's standing in my way of eliminating, delegating, or automating this particular thing in my business, this particular thing in my life? And if there's nothing there, then do it. I encourage you, go ahead, get her done, right? Okay, so let me jump back over to my screen one more time here as we wrap things up for part number 1. So we have now debunked the first myth: accomplishing more equals more productivity. Okay, now part number 2, we're going to be debunking the next 2 myths: that real truth about multitasking and that maximizing every moment means being more productive. All right, we're going to debunk those 2 things in part number 2. So I appreciate you being on here. Thank you so much for watching part number 1 of the Eisenhower's Gift. This is a 5-part series. Number 2 will be coming out shortly. This is a 5-part series meant to help you accomplish more with less in your life. Thanks so much for watching this, my friends. And remember, have fun, be more, and love lots. Ciao for now.